Welcome to the Recipe Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Red, and this is the first podcast of the year 2025, the year of brand new Nintendo hardware, the year of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, the year of Doom the Dark Ages, the year of Fable, the year of Grand Theft Auto 6, the year of game after game after game after game after game, because this is going to be one of the most entertaining, most insane release schedule for video games of probably all time. Of all time. The schedule looks stacked right now. Right now, the schedule looks stacked. Can you imagine after Nintendo hardware is revealed? It's going to be crazy around these streets. I'm like, yo, I don't know what to play. I don't know which direction to go. Everything is pulling me left and right. It's going to be a great feeling. It's going to be a great feeling. And it already is that. It already is that. It's the year 2025. So many good things are coming out this year. As you saw in my last podcast, I talked about all the things that I was excited about in 2025. And look, there's not much to talk about right now. I'm not going to lie. Right now, you look around, there's just a lot of talk about rumor this, rumor that for the Switch. People speculating about inevitable Xbox, developer directs happening and things like that. So, yeah, it's the norm, basically. Not a lot of news out there. I saw this story, actually, and I'll kick this off with this because, really, I'm just going to, wing this one. Let's just say that because, like I said, there's not much out there. But I saw this story about none other than Punch-Out. Yes, Punch-Out. None other than Punch-Out Wii. For the first time, Punch-Out is in the news, and it's not about Mike Tyson Punch-Out, and it's just being something about nostalgia. No. Punch-Out Wii is in the news. And I'm like, oh, cool. Punch-Out Wii. What are they talking about? Oh, no. Oh, man. That's crazy. So anyway, the gist of it is this. Supposedly, someone from Kinda Funny Games, if I'm not mistaken, talked with someone from the Punch-Out team and heard that basically the franchise is on ice because of all the stereotypes in each of the characters. Now, I just want to say real quick, because this is not something that I got to spend a lot of time on. Bullshit. There you go. That's what I feel. First of all, the Punch-Out team, huh? What's that? You know what I mean? Like, you talk to somebody who's on the Punch-Out team in Japan, or you talking about Next Level Games? I wouldn't consider them the Punch-Out team. So it's just weird. The whole thing is weird when Nintendo has re-released this game multiple times in different territories all over the world, on actually NVIDIA devices, So it just doesn't make sense. Whenever they do, oh yeah, look, a bunch of Wii games are coming to NVIDIA devices. What game is there? Punch-Out. Punch-Out, it's always there. Punch-Out Wii, to be specific. So I just really don't buy this. If anything, a story like this will come out, they'll reveal the brand new hardware, and there'll be a brand new Punch-Out game alongside the hardware. So really, I wouldn't take this as anything serious, anything real. I wouldn't even act like there's any validity to anything that was said, by this individual. So yeah, in my mind, Punch-Out is right where a lot of Nintendo IPs are, just because, well, they don't have many ideas for them, and they just feel that, the world wouldn't really respond to them. I get it. I understand. So, yeah, moving on from that. Let's talk rumors. So, Jack Jamjen pointed me in the direction, and then, Go Nintendo basically followed up with the details of the basically the motherboard of the new Nintendo hardware supposedly leaking. Everything about this thing supposedly has leaked, right? I'm not going to even focus on that part about the leaky faucet that is the Switch successor. I want to focus on this motherboard and the fact that a lot of people took away from this the power levels of the hardware. I'm like, so you can look at a bunch of silver little metal dots, some squares, some little like I don't even know what else to say. Like green, base of this motherboard and go, oh yeah, based on this, that, and the third, this is what the power levels. Oh man, the games are gonna be horrible. Like what? What? I look. I could sit here and want to entertain that, but I really don't. So instead, I'm a talk power levels, but I want to talk about it in terms of reality. So as you all know, I originally started playing Fortnite in 2017 on the Nintendo Switch. Yes, the days before Series S and Series X, I was always playing Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch, 2017 Fortnite, perfectly fine. I didn't know any better, So I'm playing Fortnite. I'm not loving the building mechanic, but I'm enjoying the core aspect of what the game is. And all I kept saying, even in my content back then, was, man, if there was a mode with no build, I would absolutely love this game. It would be one of my favorite games of all time. But this building stuff just isn't for me. Shout out to the people who like it and enjoy it, but it's not for me. So as of right now, I'm going to step away from Fortnite. I'm not going to play it anymore. And that's the reason why I stopped playing Fortnite on the Switch originally. It had nothing to do with the tech of the Switch or the way the game was running or looking on the Switch, because I didn't know any better. That's the way Fortnite looked to me, right? So when the announcement came of Zero Build, I got super excited. I got Series X. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to, play that. I'm getting back on Fortnite because there's going to be no build. It's going to be a great game. No build came out, on it all the time. Literally, played some games right before recording this. So I say all this to say, in 2017, Fortnite wasn't bad. Yesterday, I booted up my Switch, right? Fortnite just updated, right? So I closed Echoes of Wisdom, and I go on none other than Fortnite on the Switch. When I click the D-pad, when I click the analog stick in order to move around in the menus, there's literally a delay now. I don't remember it being like that. There's a delay, a bad delay. When you switch between emojis, your character kind of like disappears and then it switches to the emoji. It's not like seamless like it is on, well, basically everything else. And then I get into a match and I'm on the bus and the whole world is just polygons. I jump out. The whole world is still polygons. I'm going to land. The whole world is still polygons, and now things are starting to actually come in, right? Into shape, form, detail to what they are. A mailbox isn't just a blue, triangle anymore. Now it's a mailbox, right? But the game, I recently picked up Spider-Man, right? Because they had Spider-Man. They got a lot of Marvel, DC characters there. So I picked up Spider-Man. Like I said, January is going to be Spider-Man heavy. I'm watching Spider-Man movies all month long. The animation is coming out, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and all that. So it's Spider-Man all month long. So Spider-Man's there. So you know what? Boom. Tom Holland's Spider-Man at that. Black suit they got. They got the red and the black, the movie suit. So yeah, I picked that up. And I'm loving this costume the way it looked when I'm playing it on Series X where I purchased it. And I'm seeing it on Switch. And I'm just like, the details are there. No lie. Down to the seams, where you can see where the suit would come apart. That's how detailed this suit is. And the details are there. And I can see the details because I've seen the details in super high definition, right? In 4K. I'm looking at this thing on the Switch. The blacks are just crushing. Everything is just looking muddy. Just not detailed. Gameplay is just choppy, breaking up. Like, it's literally a detriment for you to play that game on the Switch versus on anything else. Because you're not anymore. And I said this like a year ago, but I'm saying it again now because it's worse now than ever before. That game is unplayable on the Switch. It's bad. It's god awful. It's a bad video game on the Switch now. And it wasn't always that, but it is. That is the power of the current Switch. And that game is the defining video game of modern power. Fortnite, you might think, what Fortnite? Yeah, Nintendo uses Unreal Engine 5. Halo, for crying out loud, is now going to be using Unreal Engine 5. Honestly, Bethesda's like one of the last ones holding out, still using their own engine for the most part. But everyone is switching basically to Unreal Engine 5. nanite and all of that stuff, ray tracing and all of that stuff in the game looks stunning. So I went on PC and I decided, you know what? I'm going I'm going to max this thing out. Fortnite, max it out. You know, whatever my PC can handle, let's go. Boom. Right? And I do that. And I'm like, yeah, it looks very much close to the Series X, you know what I mean? And I say close to because I feel like particles are slightly better when you got, max out settings on PC than even on Series X, which I'm assuming is the same thing like PS5. So it has a little edge there. But for the most part, same exact thing, nothing different. And that particle thing is maybe because I was looking. The last time I played was on PC, so I haven't gone back to Series X to say, oh, now all the little snow mysticalness, because I was on the train, I'm seeing all the snow mystical. I'm like, is this there on the Series X? I don't know. Maybe that's just a PC thing, more details. So, I would have to check. But either way, it's the same experience, plays exactly the same. It's Fortnite, what it's supposed to be. And I'm saying all this to say, what you're getting right now on the Switch is abysmal. Nobody can make games for this thing because it's abysmal, right? So when you look at a motherboard, right, and then you have people like me asking, what is the point if people are saying, oh, it's not going to be 4K? Then I'm like, what is the point of new hardware? Oh, it's not going to be that strong. Then what is the point? If it's going to still run games like this, it's not even worth it. Like Fortnite runs right now, it is not worth it. If it's going to run a little bit better, but it's still going to be basically in the realm of that, closer than it is to the realm of what we're playing right now on series consoles, on PS5s, on PC, that's not good. But that's not what I ever believed this was going to be. So I don't care about the motherboard because I believe that the hardware is going to be good enough for the industry to actually support the thing and then not be vomit inducing. So things like Doom the Dark Ages could play great. Things like their 10-year deal with Call of Duty can play great. And Fortnite, when you play it on the actual Nintendo hardware now, will actually be a real representation of what that software is. Because as it stands right now, it's literally abysmal. And that's what the most important thing is. Like, I don't really care about spec sheet numbers and all that because I really don't know how to read that anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I really do not care about it at all. It's not something that I'm like looking forward to. Oh, the specs. No, I'm looking forward to seeing games. I know I've made that clear already. Like, I don't care about nothing else right now but just the video games. I don't care about the hardware, nothing. Like, the hardware now is literally, and it's never been like this with Nintendo hardware. It's always been the hardware in front of the software because the hardware was going to basically dictate the kind of software you was going to get. But since it's feeling like that's not going to be the case with the current rumors out there about the Switch just being literally the same form factor, no new button inputs or anything like that. Obviously, we don't know OS details, but, it just being a Switch Pro basically for them, I just want to see games. And I want to see how beautiful Nintendo games look with the hardware that they're going to be, developing with now. The hardware that they're going to be playing with, that we're going to be playing with. Like, that's basically the most exciting thing for me. And when I see those games, I'll be able to dictate whether it's good enough or it's not. And the game that I'm going to use as a perfect example isn't going to be the first party Nintendo game. Absolutely not. And you might say, oh, that's crazy. Why not? Because that's not defining of the hardware. It's not real. Let's be real. You a Nintendo fan. I'm a Nintendo fan. You know that shit ain't real. What Nintendo does on their hardware and what everybody else does, it's never been the same. Nintendo's always in this incredible land of, it's like, so how did they pull Mario Kart off? How did they make that 60 frames per second and that 60 frames per second? Wait, why does that look that good? And you wonder, then you compare it to anything else. Compare The Witcher to Tears of the Kingdom. It's laughable. Like, one looks like absolute dog shit, and the other one looks like one of the most beautiful things that you can see, even at the resolution is in. So imagine if it was even at a higher resolution, like 4K with HDR, it would look even better. Now you add the power to it, oof, that's looking really good. But no, like, Nintendo games aren't the ones to look. So I think, like to look forward to see how strong hardware is. They're always gonna make beautiful games, the best. their games are going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with the Series X and the PS5 games because they basically do that right now with their, best software. A lot of their games, it's like, man, that looks great. Obviously, it's not standing toe-to-toe resolution-wise, but obviously, fun fact, the art direction and things like that, still top tier, top tier. So I think going and looking at Fortnite immediately, and I don't think it'll take long for us to see Fortnite running on that hardware. It's Fortnite. So yeah, we'll see that, and you'll know once you see. Oh yeah, once they mention, oh yeah, nanite and da da da, it's already right where it needs to be. And you might be wondering, but like, Red, you're still not gonna, even if it's really nice, you're not gonna, play the game on Switch versus your Series X or your PC, and that's not necessarily true. Because if I'm on my Switch playing something, I could just switch over to a game of Fortnite and play there in a comfortable state, right? Yeah, I'm gonna play it there, of course. Why would I? Oh yeah, let me go turn on my Xbox. I'm on this right now. I just play it here. Like I ain't picky. That this is listen. There's a reason why. There's absolutely a reason why I was playing Fortnite on the PC. Not only because I was, looking at these graphics comparisons and things like that, but yeah, there's a reason, which I'll get to in a second. So understand, like, Fortnite is basically the benchmark test. You know how when you play a game on PC, some games got benchmark tests so that it knows, what your PC is capable of, and it'll set the settings automatically. And then you have, a good playing game for your hardware. Most of the time, maybe you got to just throw in a couple little things like VRR on, and now all the screen tearing is gone, and you're playing the perfectly fine version of the game on your hardware. A benchmark test. That's basically what Fortnite is going to be for the hardware in total. Because Epic is going to make the best looking version of Fortnite they can make on that hardware. Like, I truly believe what you got right now on the Switch, that's the best it could do, 100%. And I know it is. Like, I see games like Doom and those textures in that game. And I see games like, The Witcher. And then the Fortnite, it just continues to get bigger, bigger, bigger. More content, more detail. And while the engine is capable of shrinking all that stuff down and put it on the Switch, yeah, just because you can shrink something down doesn't mean that it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need actual capable hardware for these games now to actually feel proper. What was the game that I was actually seeing? I think it was Marvel. Marvel, actually. That if you're playing on stronger hardware, you're actually gonna have a advantage versus other players because of the stronger hardware. Now, I don't remember what the details are, but I saw this and I was like, yeah, I'm not surprised by that, because going from the Switch unplayable aiming, once static is happening and there's a lot going on, a car driving by, somebody hanging out the window of that, you in the car, your team, one of them is running around, and then things are going off and particle. Yeah, the Switch it's just literally under 20 frames per second easily. I'm telling you, it was literally around probably between 15 and 20 frames per second during the gunfights. I was like, nah, this is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you need capable hardware. So to stay in this conversation, a lot of people feel like, oh, it's not going to be capable. Some people feel like it can't be capable because Nintendo. Expecting capable hardware from them is basically telling us that you weren't around since the GameCube days. And it's like, but it's not the GameCube days. And Nintendo has made so much money hand over fist, and where others are making new avenues in order to get video games basically in the hands of players. And they're creating things like Game Pass and the PlayStation service. And, you got things like EA Play and Ubisoft Plus, and everybody's doing that. Sega talking about doing their own damn service. Sega. And it's like, that's wild. But they talk like, when you got everybody also saying like, yeah, we can't take these exclusive deals no more from Sony. We need everything on everything. Hence why you're going to be seeing Final Fantasy games at the reveal of the new Switch. You're going to see games that were probably exclusive to other hardware now available on that, because everybody's trying to spread their games so that they can have the biggest plate, basically, of not food, but of money coming their way. That's basically their goal. And Nintendo has been just steady with their course, moving hardware and selling software at $60 a pop, when the $70 software, the developers who selling software at 70, they dropping that 3 weeks in, to 40, 50. You could right now get Space Marine for like 40 something dollars. Like, there's sales on everything everything. The newest stuff from the fall, you can get sales on all of it. And then other things are in Game Pass, like Indiana Jones, Call of Duty and things like that. The industry has changed. Nintendo has just been there steadily making all this money, and somehow they're the ones who can't make strong hardware. It's laughable. They've shown right now that their customers is the one willing to spend the most money. You know what I'm saying? And saying they can't make capable hardware, like if they aren't making a ton of money and selling so much hardware, if anyone should be making the strongest hardware at this point, going by the numbers, it would be them. Technically, right? Technically. So I don't, stand by that, they can't do this. And I get it. Handheld. They can only do so much with handheld. And they're not going to go stronger than the Steam Deck. And they're not going to, again, I don't know. Because Steam Deck is kind of like a PC, so it's doing a lot more than just, the dedicated video game hardwares. I think that's still a thing with it, with all of these other hybrid handheld, PC handheld devices. There's a lot going on there. So I don't know if the same rule applies. And I'm not the technical guy to basically speak on that. But if I had to wager a guess, I would say I don't think those same rules apply. So we don't really know. And when things are being tailor-made, dedicated, I know there's Steam Deck verification and things like that. But when things are being tailor-made for, hardware, home console hardware, there's always a extra bit of things just work better because it's hardware. Like, it's not, a PC-based handheld thing. It's just dedicated. It's a home console, handheld console. It's what it's always been. And you know how that is. You just plug in, you play most of the time. And I think they'll be fine. Like I said, Nvidia has a lot of money to gain. The rumor is that Samsung is making the chip based off these things. Again, we don't know all these things, but people look at that chip from Samsung and then they go, "Oh yeah, but that's an 8mm chip, and we thought it would be a 5, and the 5 is better than the 8." And I'm just like, you don't know. That could be a custom made chip for Nintendo, and you don't know that. It's because it's the same size as this one. That means it's exactly that one. You don't know, and even if it is, again, you don't know what the other parts and how all these things work together. The Switch wasn't the strongest thing, but it survived many years, doing perfectly fine. It's just now, it's long in the tooth, and games are showing, they just not made for this hardware no more, and that's why a lot of developers aren't even bothered to bring their games to the current Switch. They're waiting on Nintendo. And that's the thing, right? To switch the conversation from tech and all of that. The wait. First week, not full week, but first week of the year is pretty much done, right? Even though technically, like I said, it's not really. This is the first Monday of the new year coming up, which means this week might be the week. I don't want to get my hopes up, but I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to get my hopes up. Bullshit. My hopes are high, man. The calendar says 2025. They said between now and the physical year. I'm like, yeah. And now it's the year. I'm not going to lie. Every day, my eyes open. I'm like, is today going to be the day? Honestly, I'm not. And I know some of y'all like, I'm glad you said that, Red, because that's me right now. I think that's a lot of us. We're like, we went through a whole 2024 hoping that maybe they would do the same rollout. They didn't do the same rollout, because if they did, we would have seen it around October, November. We would have got all the details this month. Now we're just hoping we get all the details this month. But the truth is, they could reveal this thing in March because it's coming out in the fall. And that would really make the year really, 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 really disappointing. Not bad. Don't get it twisted. Just disappointing. It'll still be an entertaining year with a whole lot of great video games, but it would just be disappointing because it's like the November rollout multiple times already failed for Nintendo. The one that worked was March. Mario, 40th anniversary coming up. March is the perfect time. March 10th would be a great time to release that hardware, but they probably wouldn't, They released it the last time on the 3rd. This time, who knows what day, but March would be nice with a brand new 3D Mario. People speculated that, 3D Mario won't even be a launch title. It'll be probably Mario Kart. I'm like, that'll be a wild move because they just finished the booster course passes. And Mario's been on ice for a little while, just cooking. Obviously not the IP. We got Wonder, which was great. We just got that. But obviously they've been cooking up in the same way like Retro's been cooking up with Metroid Prime. In the same way that, yeah, we just got Echoes of Wisdom, but now this other team is cooking up on the next other game for, well, this hardware that's about to be revealed. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But anyway, I wanted to just mention this real quick because I was going to do a video version of this just because. And by this point now, you should be seeing, like I said, it's Spider-Man month. So you saw some Fortnite gameplay, Spider-Man, nice W. And now you're seeing actually running on PC, max setting, Spider-Man remastered. Yes, I'm playing Spider-Man remastered on PC. There it is. Like I said I would. Yeah, pick that up on Epic Game Store actually, because during the holidays they gave, I don't know, my wallet on Epic Game Store had $21 in it. The game was 29, came out to like $10, out of pocket. So I was like, yeah, $10 for it. Why not? The other ones I probably still get on Steam, but I don't really mind having games all over the place. Like I got Arkham Origins on Steam, but I got Arkham Knight, the one that I beat on PC, 4K goodness, that was on Epic Game Store. So I got games all over the place. I ain't worried about it. It is what it is. I got Grand Theft Auto 5 on Epic Game Store. I got a bunch of Call of Duty games on Steam. I got Ori games on Steam. But then I got my Inside and Limbos. Well, I got those on Epic and on Steam. Whatever. The point is, those are the two stores that I use. So, and Microsoft's obviously. But, yeah, those are the two stores that I basically use for picking things up. So, yeah, Spider-Man got it on that. And I just wanted to talk about it a little bit right now because I finally played it, more than just... What I played originally was Miles Morales. I played a little bit of the intro of that on PS5, and not my PS5, but on PS5. And I was like, yeah, cool. Like, it's good. It plays fine. I'm looking forward to actually, getting the first game. I didn't want to start with Miles Morales. I want to do it in order. So, yeah, picked up that remastered. And right off the bat, I mean, obviously, it's absolutely beautiful. It's Insomniac, right? Like it's absolutely beautiful. Acting is really well done. The intro with Kingpin, you swinging through the city, how I told you the controls, incredible. And that's basically the gameplay you'll be seeing right now. That was all really well done. I think the fighting is really good. The similarities, obviously, to Arkham is great. Like, it's absolutely great. The fact that we got that Wonder Woman game announced and we still ain't seen nothing for it. Like, if we don't see nothing this year, you might as well just say that thing is, it's probably going through multiple iterations of what it needs to be. They probably want to tie it to a future movie or something. Who knows what's going on over there? I really don't care, because DC's be all over the place. But the fact that you don't got that Wonder Woman game out already, you don't got a Superman game out like this. Like, I'm playing this, right? And I'm like, I got this masterpiece of a game in Arkham Knight. And I'm playing this game that feels like it's Arkham Knight, but it's Spider-Man. I'm running around collecting backpacks, taking pictures of monuments all over the city. I'm swinging around areas like the Lower East Side, and they actually look like the buildings really look like the projects. Like, so it's just like awesome, beautiful. And the game plays well, and the fighting is epic. And obviously you got a skill tree. I like the mini games that you got in your office, where you work at, where, Doc Ock. Like, all those little mini games you got that you got to do in order to basically upgrade things or gain like skill points is mad fun. I like those little mini games like that. I like when games throw things like that in it. So super cool. Listening to Jonah Jameson, do his, well, I don't even know. Like, he got, I guess, like a podcast basically now, and just talking crazy about Spider-Man, just spinning everything. I locked up Kingpin. And he's still making it like somehow I'm the bad guy. And I mean, he's not wrong in the sense that crime went up because Kingpin went away. So now everybody's trying to be the next one, And yeah, that's not really Spider-Man's fault. It's just the way society is designed. And Spider-Man is just trying to do his part. But, Jonah Jameson's always going to be hating. So that's really cool. Multiple costumes. Right now I'm actually wearing... Oh, well, not in the gameplay, but right now in the gameplay that you're seeing right now, this is going to be way later on, probably in future gameplay, you'll see it. But currently I'm wearing the same Spider-Man suit that you saw me wearing in the Fortnite gameplay. I like that. Right when I was able to get a new suit, I got the one, obviously, from this game, the White Spider. I got the main Spider-Man suit, which you're seeing me play with, basically at the start of this gameplay, right? They got to have the classic. So yeah, those are the two I got. But I unlocked another black suit. There's a lot of suits in there. So it's gonna be fun, trying on different ones. I want the one with the hoodie and everything because that's the one that reminds me the closest to the brand new cartoon coming out. And I want to, be wearing that while I'm playing the game, if I'm still playing the game by that time. Because the bit that I played already, I actually went to I stopped right before I had to go in my bag before going to see Aunt May for her birthday party. Like when I backed out the game, it said 10%. I was like, damn. Like I know I caught like a bunch of crimes and statos. Found a couple backpacks and things like that. Took a couple pictures, but I'm like 11% already. That's crazy, because I'm assuming it ain't 100% to finish the game, or even 90. It's probably gonna be something like 75. You could beat it right around there. But I'm gonna try to do a lot and then move on to Miles and then eventually get to Spider-Man 2. But yeah, man, enjoying the game so far. And like I said, this is the best case scenario. You see what I'm saying? I don't gotta go and get a PlayStation. I could just play the best version of the game that you can play right now. I got ray tracing on all of that, so it's the best looking version. And I'm telling you, this gameplay, when I recorded it, when I went back and looked at the recording, I was like, damn, my capture card don't capture HDR. And I know uploading to HDR, like quality on YouTube is the whole thing, which I'm not really trying to do because it'll probably take super long. But yeah, man, seeing this game with the HDR, looking at that right there, it does not do it justice. And that's why I always say, like, people must need to see like a game in HDR and one not in HDR side by side with their own eyes, not YouTube video, because a YouTube video ain't gonna show you the HDR. On the actual 4K screen, there's no way you can sit there and say, oh yeah, you know what? I don't really care for Nintendo to have that. Like I do. I don't want three 1080p Nintendo pieces of hardware back to back. Like I'm just not interested in that. And it's not about, oh, you're all about graphics now. It was like, no, do I have peak visual fidelity in front of my face now 90% of the time? Yeah. But when I was playing Tears of the Kingdom for 100 hours, when I am playing Echoes of Wisdom, I'm not sitting there saying, ugh, ugly, the worst thing ever, I need this 4K, da, da, da. Like, with Echoes, yeah, I do feel the frame rate. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel the frame rate. Like, dip here and there. But it's nothing, egregious like that because of the style of the game. But would I want that to be better, higher? Absolutely. Why wouldn't I? Especially with new hardware that we're going to probably be spending $500,000 on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I absolutely do want, creme de la creme when it comes to the way the games look for Nintendo. And it's not sitting here saying, oh, yeah, I need it to be, PlayStation 5 Pro, Series X level power. No, nobody's saying that. Just in the realm of Series S would be the best case scenario. That's all I would say. And if there's not handhelds capable of that right now, then I'm sure there's something very, very close to looking very, very good. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously when you add the resolution, HDR, it'll look really nice. Because I mean, like Steam Deck, the games aren't running the ultra maxed out settings of like Spider-Man Remastered. That's not what you're getting on the Steam Deck. You're getting something lower, and that's okay because you're playing on the handheld screen, right? But I play my Nintendo hardware on the home console basis. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? It's docked 99% of the time on the screen. That's the way I like to experience my video games. Not saying that I will not play anything undocked ever. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't in a while, and I don't anticipate that I will be anytime soon. So, yeah, me personally, I need that. I need that good quality. You know what I'm saying, to justify the existence of the hardware. But like I said, I don't think none of these rumors can sway me now into any avenue of hype or misery. Like, I'm just ready for the reality, direct from the source, Nintendo Direct style. Like, that's what I'm ready for. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about any of the rumors. Like, I watch the rumor videos that I see from Andre that pop up, Game Explain. When I see those pop up, that's what I watch. And that's where I get my info from when it comes to these Switch rumors. And I know there's a million of them on YouTube videos like that. I ain't watching all these, people talk about things that, and literally the span of 2 months, the damn thing, like all those videos are going to be irrelevant. And I don't get it twisted. I understand why they make them, it's to generate, revenue and things like that. I get it. And subscribers and ad revenue and all that. I understand. I even respect it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just not for me because it's like I know what it is, and I know it's just gonna be a whole lot of nothing being said. For the most part, and that's no different from even me when I talk about it because we're all talking about nothing. We got nothing except backwards compatibility and end of March. That's what we got. Backwards compatibility, end of March. Call of Duty. That's it. Those are like the only legitimate announcements. Oh yeah, Ukulele, right? That's coming out like the remaster they announced. They'll be on that whenever. So yeah, it's like a handful of things like that are genuine. I guess you could say those companies aren't just making those, you know, pieces of plastic protecting shields, covers, screen protectors for nothing. So I guess you could say those are real too. Which then you're like, if those are real though, isn't the Switch real? Listen, man, I'm about tired of going down this rabbit hole with this damn Nintendo hardware. Like, I just want to see the real thing. You know what I wish? I wish that when I'm done recording this, right, and I'm done editing it, and I'm about to, turn off my PC for the night, I see a little message on Go Nintendo that says, Nintendo just announced on social media that they're going to be revealing their Nintendo successor on this date. So that now we got something to look forward to. That's basically where I'm at right now. I think that's where we all at, right? We just hurry up, Nintendo. Like, people sit here talking about Xbox Developer Direct. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Not knocking the Developer Direct. Obviously, I'm super excited for it. But like, oh yeah, let's talk about that and anticipate what's going to be there. Listen. Avowed, Doom the Dark Ages. We know these games are coming out this year, right? We know Outer Worlds 2 is coming out this year, so that could be there. Fable is dated for this year, so that could be there. We know the things that can more than likely be there. South of Midnight will almost certainly be there. So what's going to be at the Developer Direct for Xbox is going to be great no matter what it is. It's going to be a fantastic show. Awesome to see all that stuff. But understand, there might be a surprise there. I've heard rumors, they're going to remaster Oblivion and it's going to be there. Yeah, that's nice. Cool. There might be a little surprise there. Every year there's been a little surprise there, right? That's nice. And I'm anticipating that. But in no way, shape, or form is something that is almost guaranteed to be happening with games that we've already seen for the most part. And I'm super hype about it. Don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to take nothing away from them. But it's like, no way is that going to take any kind of hype levels. It's not even in the conversation right now. It's like, yeah, I know that's something that's happening and I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not looking. No, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not anticipating. I was gonna say, but I'm not looking forward to it. That don't make no sense. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not anticipating it, foaming out the mouth like, I need this shit now. Give me a date, Microsoft, for the Developer Direct. Like, when it comes, it comes. Sure. What I'm looking for is Nintendo, give it now, the date. Hurry up, say something. Like, that's where I'm at right now, So, yeah, man, it's levels to this. It's new hardware versus more great games from my current great hardware. Love them both, but one is always going to be bigger than the other. It's new hardware, not mid-generation hardware, new hardware, which brings new OS, new features, new potential look at, is Nintendo going to be this very stoic, very dry, soulless device, maker? Or are they going to still tap into all that fun, creativity, wondrous innovation, and just that splash of, hey, look, it's a party over here? Because I've always said that about the Wii with the blue light and the messages and everything. It felt alive. The Mii's, it felt alive. Miiverse, Wii U, the most alive a console ever felt when it comes to, just feeling connected to the user base. And we didn't even have easy voice chat and things like that, but we had a messaging system in Miiverse. We had things like that. So it was just really good, man. It was good is not the word. It was great, man. I miss it. I miss it so much. But what a time, man. What a time. I'm glad that I know y'all listening to this. Y'all was there. We experienced that. We lived that shit. That was like a once in a lifetime experience. Yeah, Xbox has its community, but it's not in front of your face. Boom. Like Xbox, matter of fact, I wanted to talk about this last week and forgot. They're getting rid of their avatars, or they already got rid of them. And I'm not sad to see them go because I didn't really care. I had my avatar there, but I've never played with my avatar in anything. So they meant nothing to me. again, having an idea that isn't in all the software basically means nothing. Me's were in everything. So seeing Xbox get rid of me's, I'm just gonna call it what they are. Their me's got me scared for the real me's, cause I love me. And even when I go on Nintendo online, Nintendo.com and everything, and I see my me run by and I collect my little platinum little points, my little 30 points and stuff like that. I like that. I like seeing my me. My me is the same me that I made the day that the Wii launched. Yes, when I got home, that's the me I made. I never changed anything about him. I was like, that's my me. My cousin was like, yo, it looked just like you. Everybody laughed. Then I started seeing all the Jack Blacks and all the different, it's funny that Jack Black is such a prominent me I always bring up. When I talk about, the celebrity me's, but you have Barack Obama and things like that. I remember Travis Touchdown me's. And then Jack Black went on to become Bowser, man. The links to Nintendo is crazy. Now he's in Minecraft. It's wild. But yeah, man, like I just can't, really like support this idea of just, oh yeah, you know what? That me shit is old. Let's abandon that. Like, wow. Even with the Switch, I was saying, like, I wish the Mii's did more. I wish they put them in more games and did more things with them. So I hope that Mii's maybe can, get reimagined. And then Xbox will feel like, oh man, we dumb for getting rid of ours. It's like, yeah, y'all didn't do shit with them. So y'all just stay rid of it. Don't even bring them back. Because if y'all not going to really compete and do it right, don't do it at all. I hate when companies try to, oh yeah, we're going to do, if you're not doing Game Pass, then you're not doing nothing. If you're going to do anything and not do it to the potential of the best version of the thing out there, then you just avatars. You're not Mii's, and Mii's are cool. You could get costumes for your Mii's and Smash Brothers, for crying out loud. It's mad funny. I bought the costume for the Doomslayer in Smash Brothers. Never even played the game and put it on the Mii yet, but I will. Did I not? No, I don't think I did, but I will. I definitely will this year. I'll do that. But yeah, man, like I love the Mii's, and I would love to see Mii's, be a big part of the Switch Online. Look, the aspect of finding out who Nintendo wants to be, because this is what we're gonna learn. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. And here's the other thing. I don't listen to this podcast all the time, but Kit and Krista, former Nintendo employees, former Nintendo Minute hosts, they have their podcast. So I listened to their last one where they talked about like Switch and stuff like that. And when I heard her speaking about the Switch being soulless and I was like, yo. And they worked for Nintendo. And they saying exactly what I've been saying since day one when the Switch was revealed in the OS and everything. And I said that shit was soulless. It's sad to see that part of Nintendo die. That's basically what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like that basically went, with Iwata. And that's sad. Because it's literally the DNA of Nintendo. So when I see people who are Nintendo fans now want to just be those diehard blind fanboys like the PlayStation guys, who the company could just pivot completely, and then all of a sudden they just pivot. So it's like, wait, so all the stuff that you was claiming to like, now you don't like? So you're not a fan. You know what you are, meat rider. So I've never been that guy. Like when Nintendo abandoned a lot of the stuff that they put me on to, my console being more than just a video game console, they did that for me. Like I was using Netflix with the disc on the Wii. I was using YouTube, Hulu, you know what I'm saying, and things like that on the Wii U and everything. That was always my main hub, you know what I'm saying? And I always talked about that, right? And I would go on Amazon Prime, rent movies there so I could watch them on my Wii U, and things like that. On the Wii, watching movies. Awesome. That was what they did. So when they got rid of a lot of that, and then the soul and the fun and yeah, of course I'm a mourn that, and I wanted to come back. And I hate when Nintendo fans don't even want Nintendo fans to mourn that. Don't like, oh, y'all wanted to go, oh, well, that wasn't successful. Like, I don't give a fuck about the money. I hate where everybody always got to go straight to money, money, money. Yeah, PlayStation sells a lot right now. Oh, yeah, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't think they're the best. I think they're literally the fourth best option when it comes to a video game platform right now. You know what I'm saying? The order goes, save your money for a damn Nintendo Switch successor, Series X, and PC. I ain't putting it in specific order, but whichever order, yeah, those three are first in line. I don't care about the sales. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't mean nothing. Like, and it's like, oh, yeah, the sales mean something because it turns around and then, it funds more things for us. Sure, that's always been the hope and the theory. Now we know with a lot of other companies that is not the case, but I think that is the case with Nintendo. You see a lot of the money that they make, poured into the amount of IPs that they make, amount of games that they make, spin-offs and things like that. But yeah, like still, that doesn't change the fact, like, you can't just go, oh yeah, but look how much the Switch, like, if that's going to be the answer to everything, to disqualify everything, to disqualify new ways of play, to disqualify revolutionary product innovation, to disqualify something that entices players in a whole new way and makes it say, whoa, wow, they're going against the grain from what everybody else is doing, the other three, PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going in their own path. That's Nintendo. Now it's like, oh yeah, no, but they don't got to do that. Da, da, da. Like, oh, you want that old Nintendo? All that stuff failed. Like, no, it didn't. And I know I talked about this already, but it's like, no, it didn't. Their handhelds didn't fail, and their handhelds were very revolutionary and innovative. Also, even in the space of it has to be in your hand, the palm of your hand. All right, cool. We're gonna add color. We're gonna add backwards compatibility. We're gonna add 3D screens. We're gonna add linking to the home console so you can use it as a second screen for things like Phantom Hourglass, Pokemon games, like, Game Boy play with. There was a lot revolutionary innovation. So when I hear these Nintendo fans, and I like to say young ones, because you gotta be to be that ignorant to what you're saying. Like, you out of your mind, bro, to tell us, OG Nintendo fans, like, stop liking that aspect of Nintendo because it's dead, and we like this version of Nintendo better. It is what it is. You still getting Mario, you still getting Zelda, you still getting. It's like, yeah, but understand, we used to get those games, and those games used to literally change the whole medium in a whole new direction, change whole genres. To just act like, yeah, no, we're done with that. No need for attempts with that. Oh, those attempts lead to, rocky ground. Shit could get shaky. Oh, Nintendo Switch was so successful. So why should they, rock the boat right now? I'm like, well, there's a reason why they started doing Blue Ocean strategy. It's because they had that exact mentality. Oh yeah, we're successful. Power, 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 power. And then they realized, yeah, that didn't work already multiple times. Let's go in a different direction. You gotta realize that, you know? And obviously, this Nintendo feels a lot different from Iwata's. How different? We gonna see. Because obviously, the people making the software, that's our people. But the corporate, while a lot of them are our people, the decision making, at the end of the day, we can always look back at that story. Oh, Iwata, took the pay cut. Yeah, will the new Nintendo do that? We don't know. That was a Iwata decision that not most of the board was in agreement with, but that was his decision. He put his foot down as a leader. I don't know. Is Nintendo ran in a way where there's a leader, or is it, investors? We'll learn. There's a lot to find out when it comes to this brand new hardware. I'm excited, man. I'm just excited for what's to come. No matter what, it's going to be exciting. Yeah, exciting things. And I'll have more impressions of Spider-Man as I go on. But from what I played already, very, very good, very good. And I expected it to be. So yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for everybody who supports on Patreon. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Until then, peace.